the first thing is congratulations.
Thank you very much.
100K road. Does it feel heavy or light or normal?
It was very heavy. It was very hard to reach that goal of 100,000. Now that I did it, I feel very light and really relaxed now. I can take my time, but I worked very, very hard to reach that goal, and you know very well.
That's very good. Very, very good. So let's go through the question very quickly. Why did you become a local guide?
That was a long story, but I'll try to keep it simple. Years ago, I changed my life, and so now I'm spending a big part of my time in a very small island. And while I was there, I understood that there were absolutely no street view of that area, and it is a national park. So I felt a part of responsibility from my side to do this. And so I approached it to the local guide program. And for a very long period, I started just to look at the program, look at the people, to understand how it was working, and to grab as much as information that I could. And one day when I felt ready, I started to raise my hand and say, hey, hello, this is Marco. I'm from Italy and I want to be a good local guide and I have a question. And so I started doing this. And now that my project was almost done, say 90%, I'm very, very happy to had that idea and to meet the local guide program and local guide connect, the forum that is fantastic.
Very, very good. Thank you very much. So how did you find track? Is it on internet or on Connect? How did you search? How did you get it?
Okay, my very first experience trying to add roads was the need to connect some small trail in the island, and so I tried to test it and to work on how it was possible. Then one day, suddenly, while I was on the local guide forum, I saw one guy called, I think it was Shola, that had this crazy idea to create a program called Track 1,000 Roads Adding Campaign, with the aim to teach the people how to edit roads and explain to the people how it's important that we as local guide have a higher sense of responsibility, and so try to help all the others to reach in a faster way a place, simply adding or modifying the roads. So it was thanks to the local guide program and thanks to obviously to our captain Shola that had this idea. So I joined in 2023, 2 years and a half ago.
Yes, 2 years and a half ago. Well, almost 3 years. So but now a very important question. Very, very important question. How do you find a road to draw? Like I know for myself, but like for a normal local guide, how do you search for a road and how do you start drawing?
Yeah, I understood that Google Maps is using obviously a lot of technical utilities to draw the map, the road in all the world. I mean, they cannot walk and doing this by themselves. So they are using some kind of artificial intelligence to add the roads. But this is creating a problem because when I started to search for place to fix, obviously I started near my home, where I know very well the areas. I live in Milano, and more or less all the street, the roads were already drawn. They were perfect. So I thought maybe in the rural areas there is more need of my help. So I moved to Morocco, to Libya, to Afghanistan, those areas that are very dense populated in some city, but they are still on rural areas, rural road. And I was right because I think that my first truck campaign was mainly done drawing in Morocco and in Libya. I think more than 30,000 roads added in those two countries. So I start in that area.
Very, very interesting. So do you think any other local guide can be the same?
Sorry, any other local guide?
Do you think other local guides can be the same?
It's depend. I mean, it's for sure it's easier to find many edits to be done in the rural area, but there is also the other side of the medal that we know with the experience that we both have that working in rural areas means that you have a lower process of approving roads and some edits that you are going to do will be not approved due to the highest difficulty of the system to understand if there is a road, because think that you are drawing a road that is the same color of the background. I mean, asphalt road are black on a grass green. If you are drawing a road in the desert, you can see, but it's very, very tough. So it's a tough choice to editing in rural area. But if you learn how to do, if you are very careful, you're gonna get a lot of satisfaction. So my advice is, let's go there.
Very. So do you have illustration to show slides on how to draw new routes? Do you have any illustration to show?
Yes, sure. I do have some. I recorded for you some illustration on how to show you uh, how to draw in some area and the difference of the kind of rows that I'm gonna show you uh, on my computer.
Very, very, very good. So how many kinds of roads do we have? How many roads do they exist? Types of roads?
Okay, on Google Maps officially is giving us four kinds of, let's call of roads. While you are editing, you have to explain to the system what you have done. So the system wants to know if the road is it's a road, is an highway, is a parking lot, or is the first a walking trail or a bicycle, a pedestrian kind of road. And so the so-called local roads for the system is both rural street as well as the asphalt or concrete street. So we have mainly two kind of roads, local and highway. Plus we have the pedestrian and bicycle, and a suggestion that could be a road that go you through a parking lot. So this is very helpful to the people to mark an area if it's a parking lot, because this helps the system to drive you through a parking if you're looking for.
Oh yeah, very good. Anyway, hopefully you will show us what you have prepared.
What are the kind of roads? The kind of roads are this one, but also the dirty roads. All of them are under the name of local roads. Then we have the highway that are very, very easy to find. In addition to this, there are other two kinds of road that the system will accept. One is the biking and walking trail, like this one, and the other one is the parking lot. In addition to this, remember that you can also change the information about the roads, like the private, the direction, or if they are closed. Thank you.
So now one more question before the last. Explain in full details how you got your 100 kilos.
How I reach 100?
Yes.
Oh,
That is the goal, that is the $1 million question.
yeah, I'll reach. Um, for the roaders that are the people that love the track campaign, so we are called roaders. We all know, we all understood that is a very hard work, needs a lot of times, and the beginning for all of us, me included, is really difficult and frustrating because you are drawing and you get zero approval of the roads. So I concentrate on a specific area, like I said, and every month, every years, the more I was editing, the more I understood that the system loves if you focus yourself on a specific area for a while. I mean, you're gonna get more benefit if you find an area and you stay there, you stay just focused 20, 30, 40 roads a day in that area. If you keep jumping from one city to another, seems, in my opinion, that the system is get confused, and so the waiting time is very very long, and you get really upset about this, frustrated, and you are not happy. So my advice, what I've done to reach 100,000 roads, it was really every day I was focusing on a specific area. I mark it on Google Maps, so I have the list of all the places that I have visited, and there I stay there and focus only on that area. Then it's depend on the time that you spend on a computer doing this. So I was spending at least 1 hour a day in the morning, and suddenly one day I had physical problems, so I was obliged to stay home, and so I spent 1 week in front of a computer just editing with my maximum rate was 1,280 roads in one day. That was crazy. Don't do this. Don't do.
That's it. No, I won't try. So this is the last one now. Tell us your advice for those who want to add road, want to level up, your advice, and then for track next season, what's your advice?
But this is a very personal, it's really personal decision. If you are a local guide and you love to support the others, support the system, you can do in many, many ways. Remember that we are volunteer, and so what we are doing is free. It's just only because we like to do. So you can support the system, uploading pictures, giving answers, or whatever. I personally think that the most important contribute that I can give is through the track campaign, doing my edits. Because remember, today you can post a picture of a dish of spaghetti or whatever you want, and that's gonna change. The restaurant can close and whatever. When you are doing a roads, you are doing an incredible work because you are really helping the people to find the fastest way that connects your place to another one. And it's very, very fast, very simple. And think also that it's not only saving times because maybe you don't care, but sometimes think about also the emergency. So in some case, connected two points can give a lot of influence to an emergency vehicle that has to rush to go there from one side to another. So it's a really personal decision, personal activity, and in my opinion, track is the best way to contribute. Only for me. In addition, track campaign give you 15 points for each road, and for the lovers of the climbing rank system, 15 points is a lot. Example, you have to move from the point A to the point B, and if you look carefully, there is no connection or a direct road. So the only way actually is to drive down this long path, unless you don't start to do your edits, like I did in this case. Here I'm connecting the roads with new one, or like in this case, I'm doing an edit over an existing one. Doing this, what's happened? That now this is the new path that is very short if you compare to this one.
Thank you very much.
You are very welcome, my friend.
Track is the best program of Connect for now. And you are the leader of Roots for now, and you are the host for Track. Congratulations.
No, no, no. But it's the best. I mean, is an exceptional, is incredible, interesting idea. Really incredible. If the people understood how it's important, this is fantastic. Okay, you don't want to do any roads? Perfect. I started thinking doing trails in Sardinia, in my national park, in another places where you can go and you walk. It's just a trail, not it's not a road. Also, those are important. I mean, while you are enjoying with your family, you can look at the map. You know that there is a trail that you can follow. This is important, in my opinion.
Yes. Thank you for coming. Our time is up now.
Yep.
See you later.
You are very, very welcome, my friend. See you and keep tracking. Ciao.